Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Industries of Titan Revisited here on Not Your Professional Walkthroughs channel with me, your host, Max. Okay, so honestly, at the end of the previous episode, I did continue to play the game for a bit. I did get the residential area. The first one allows you to house 16 people. And if you upgrade it, it goes up to 24. And I also did increase the population capacity inside here, so now we can go up to 40 people. I have built this office nightmare in here so that the people are able to make money for me. And thanks to this, our projected earnings are surpassing our expenses for the current employee levels. And honestly, it is still a bit of a struggle. So currently what I'm trying to do is try to extract these last remaining isotope deposits. I have removed this HQ from over here because these buildings honestly just hold these unusable resources. So instead I'm moving the HQ over here towards the edge of the map. We're gonna see what I'm gonna come across over there, and if some of these units and buildings can be salvaged for something, because as you can see, some of these buildings have just 10 waste inside, and thanks to the smokestack we were able to burn through majority of our trash. And what I'm kind of right now struggling to do after I upgraded the HQ over here till the 3rd tier is to scan these houses or ruins, if you will, and determine if it's gonna be worthwhile for us to build an actual mine on top of the isotope node so that we can be theoretically even refining isotopes. But the problem is I would require at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times 20 minerals in order to build the road so that the mine can be connected to one of these storage facilities where the isotopes can be stored and then theoretically carried to like adjacent factory over here where they would be able to start with the refinement. Issue with that, of course, production. We need, well, only isotopes for a factory, so that's not that bad. But in order for me to actually build the damn road, I would need 200 minerals alone, which is a big problem. So hopefully we're gonna be able to see this goddamn thing get built. Still have to carry in all these minerals, and unfortunately we are sitting on a huge stockpile of minerals here from the previous HQ, and unfortunately because it's not in our storage, it's not accounted for, so we should be sitting at 70 something units. But what I'm gonna have to do is probably change the priority for move resources, and then we're gonna do the construct. So hopefully they're gonna be able to, with the cleanup, carry these minerals into the storage and then over here, because I can see them just coming here to this fuel tank, which we have as well in here, and they're just simply ignoring this, so it's really annoying to me. And this is the overall feeling which I came across from the game, is that it's heaps of fun. At least to me it is. It has some challenges, especially when you're starting up, and then the pace is all about you trying to scrounge enough minerals so that you can expand your territory and then try to get your hands on additional resources. But honestly, if they would reduce by half or by at least 25% some of these prices for these structures, or actually make it worthwhile so that if you refine the goddamn minerals and you get them to the upper tier so that you require less of them for construction, I can see myself enjoying this game a whole lot more. I can see myself building a whole lot more, and that would be a key. Give me some sort of research center where it's worthwhile to build or save up 400 minerals for, because I know that at the end of the day, that is gonna help me reduce the building cost for God knows what. Because right now we are kind of struggling here to just keep the ship going and it's really annoying that way. So yeah, and also make sure that there is a capability to come across a spaceport for not people but actually resources, even if you would have to find it on the map. But if it would be bringing in the shipments for the influence, I would be totally for it. Okay, hopefully we're gonna be able to get this goddamn building done before I run out of things to talk about. And this is gonna turn into another me complaining video, because I'm quite sure if you have watched any of the previous 3 episodes, you would see me talk about the same thing over and over again, and I can understand that that can be extremely infuriating, so just please bear with me, okay? Okay. So what shall we do, therefore, with the thinking here? I'm just gonna probably be skipping through some of these sections of the game if I have nothing to cover. And it's just gonna make it 10 times easier. Because just trying to mumble some stuff about some nonsense for no goddamn good reason, it's pointless. I'm not considering upgrading this HQ just due to the fact that there are only a couple of buildings. I don't care about these isotope deposits, honestly, because there is a isotope mine, which seems to be like an infinite resource. And the funniest thing is, I actually saw... Oh, fudge! I came across a mineral node over here. Okay, that's awesome. That can solve all my troubles. I noticed this isotope node, but now that I loaded this game, I even see a freaking mineral node over here. So if we would have gone the opposite way, I would have not probably struggled for minerals for God knows how long. So now the question is, what do we do here and how much stuff can we get out of here? They are starting to take these minerals and isotopes out, and this is the thing. I don't see the point for me to build a freaking mine for the isotopes when we can keep coming across these patches of isotopes on the surface and keep extracting them. So that's why I'm for now avoiding this. Also, we would need to build a mine, and the mine would cost us alone 200 minerals. So that's the thing which is keeping me from doing this. And also, if we would have a mineral node over here, I would have to build a storage unit right next to it, and also at least a turret in order to make sure that the mineral mine does not fall. And as you can see, we have touched the edge of the map, so it's gonna be kind of pointless for me to try and go even further here or try to upgrade this. So we're just gonna survey the living hell out of this region, and once we find out if there's something usable in here, because apparently by upgrading the HQ, you are even able to increase the current influence, how much you can store. So that would have been nice to know at the start. So hopefully they're gonna be able to start surveying everything. I'm gonna have to probably change the priority for the survey operations. So let's do ruins. Let's put that on priority number 1. We have 21 people. Should I try to increase it even more? We do have the relics for that, to be perfectly honest. Question is if they want to do the work. So we would have 39, 22. So this should give us 3 additional people. That should get us up to 24 employees. And the surveys are being completed now. Okay, there are minerals in here. Nothing in here. Minerals here. Minerals here. Minerals here. And minerals are in here, but we have burned through majority of our influence on just these buildings. So we're gonna have to take a look at what's happening over here. There are these ruins, which honestly look tempting as hell. I just don't know if I want to expand the reach that much, because from these rocks, I'm gonna get absolutely nothing. There's just waste in here. There are minerals. Ooh, 52. It can absorb pollution, but the pollution is only generated in here if we have the smokestack up and running, which We have 2 people idle. Okay, let's put them into the smokestack. That should keep them busy for now. There was one with the 50, 14, 25, 26, 11, 19, 25, 23, 23. Okay, so I can live with this. This is gonna give us a nice supply. We really need to move, unfortunately, those minerals all the way over there, which is gonna prolong the process. So I might shut up for a bit, and I'm gonna return back after this has been all extracted, which might even take a freaking half hour or so, based on what the game is gonna do. And we're then gonna be able to try and build a HQ or one of these command centers up in this region in order to close or get closer to the mineral deposit, because there are even isotope nodes over here. Like I said, we are sitting on a large stockpile of them, and if necessary, we're just gonna go with the mine if possible. But for now, I'm gonna shut up, let them do the work, and hopefully we're gonna be able to talk soon.
Day 2.
Okay, so majority of this has been already extracted and claimed. I have only like a couple of buildings left. I'm thinking about withdrawing from this end and just leaving the HQ over here. And that way we can have these 2 fuel tanks up and running and store this surplus of fuel. The thing is, I am now looking towards this side, and in order to build an actual mineral mine on top of this deposit. The real problem is, however, how do we get there, and is it worth building a road so that we have a factory adjacent? And if we do so, how do we do this? The problem you see here is in this location. It's like a right angle turn. So this and this would need to be left out for the road, which would then go like this. So I might end up having to build an HQ over here, or a small command center like this, which would not give me the full control over this location. So I might then be forced to build another one in here. And we have even enough minerals right now to be considered constructing the monumental center. But the thing is, we are looking at 68% of the potential rebel attack. And since the rebel attacks have been mostly coming from this location, and me considering building things over here right now means that I will have to consider building another freaking turret, and the turret is gonna consume 24 points of power out of our grid. And as you can see, in order to actually build one of these energy plants, we do require 200 minerals, and we are currently sitting at 468. If we take apart the command center over here, that's 200 minerals, which we can get, but not immediately. There's gonna be that stupid delay where we have to wait for the workers to take everything and move it from point A to point B, which is what I'm not looking forward to. It seems like we have an idle worker, or we did have an idle worker. These 2 are burning through this trash rather fast. The thing is, I really want to make sure that we have the mine up and running. It looks like this is now full, so they're gonna have to move these things around. And what I wish the transport hub would be able to do is be able to transport the minerals from this location over to this location in order to occupy some of these space, because what's happening here is that right now they have to travel twice as far in order to get to this storage facility. I do not plan on building any storage facility up in here, since I want to disassemble the command center, which is located in this location currently. So due to the fact that this is currently fully occupied, I'm not sure what to expect. Maybe if we would to disable being able to store this, then they would be forced to move it from this location over here. Or are the trucks now able to do this thing? Looks like the trucks are now able to do it for me. Yippee! I'm able to use brain in order to help out. Awesome. I'm just afraid that if we carry this stuff from this over here, then they're still not gonna be able to carry it over here, or they're gonna try to return it, or something where it's gonna happen. I don't know. But I want to move all this stuff over here so it's closer to eventual zone where I will be building more things or potentially refining things. So there is nothing but waste in here, but I don't care about that. They're gonna be able to take that away. They're able to fill in this rather fast. Now we are able to again store the minerals in here, which is gonna shut down the transport hub for now, but we have created free space of 145 slots so that they can carry whatever they need. 70%, I'm really considering having to build a turret somewhere around here. I'm not sure if I need to build it like here or so in order to protect the residential, that is. We are able to do the borough, so that's awesome. We're now even able to do the monument center, but that would consume most of our resources. And we're gonna definitely require another energy plant. So if I do the energy plant, I will not be able to do the defense turret. So if we do the defense turret, it will be still able to supply us with the current grid, which we have with enough energy. But we need to make sure that we do protect this properly. So that's why I'm considering building it somewhere here. Or maybe here. How's this pylon looking? If I would theoretically to upgrade this pylon, we can then build the damn turret over here. So the people might be unhappy just due to the fact that you can see it here, that there is like a headquarters is closed, but there's defense turret, which is greatly reducing the overall score. So if we would not have the defense turret right next to them, they might be happier, but I honestly could not care less. We really need to prioritize constructing this thing in order to regain the power into this system so that the smokestack can do its job way better. And if all of this gets put away, we're going to be able to change a couple of things. So thanks to the fact that we have moved quite a lot of minerals, majority of this stuff is going to be able to be carried. And then we're going to have to think about how we do want to manage this road. Because now I'm going to have to build like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, or, what, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 times 20. Jesus Christ, that's way too much. That is just ridiculously too much. So that's gonna definitely deplete a huge portion of our minerals, but it's gonna open up an potential infinite resource of minerals too. The thing is, again, we need 200 minerals as well. So probably first we're gonna have to build the mine there, then build a storage next to the mine, build a potential turret next to the mine, and once the minerals are able to start being accumulated, we're going to try to upgrade the mine as much as possible. We're going to be able to start thinking about further like infrastructure, like being able to build the road, then being able to build a spaceport, then being able to build an actual ship with the refined resources, which we're going to have to do in some factory, and so on and such. So this can take maybe even one more episode, or maybe I'm just gonna record like 3 hours of footage and just show you like an hour of concentrated content. I haven't made up my mind honestly right now. It's hard for me to tell, but I do want to make sure that these things are enjoyable for you as well. That's my primary target here. I'm not doing this just so that I can play some game because I like it, or that I wanted to play it after ages and I was running out of ideas of how to diversify the potential content on the channel. I really hope that you are liking, at least in the meantime, the comparison videos for the two titles. I do have a couple of ideas for new episodes, but it's just gonna take me a while to put that together because the titles which I have picked up are less shooter-like, so they might be a bit longer in the content. And in order to objectively create a potential review slash comparison and to tell you what might be the better title, I need to play a lot of that game in order to come across potential bugs, glitches, or features, or positives or negatives of the game in general to determine which is the better thing to do. Yeah, I'm gonna move these minerals from here over here. Hopefully that's what the trucks are gonna start doing. Currently don't see them operating. That's the thing. They're being used for something. Are they inside here? Are they refilling this? Or what the hell are they doing? Yeah, it looks like now they're moving those minerals so it will be closer to everything else. Okay, awesome. Don't know if they're gonna do something with this trash. I definitely don't want to claim this building. That's just gonna be a waste of everything. I can claim this guy because there are some minerals within. This has even some minerals. I kind of theoretically can. Let's do the 2 artifacts. And I have even noticed that there's an artifact anomaly here with another 15 artifacts. So theoretically, if we break down this command center, we can then start building it towards here. And we're just gonna see how that's gonna turn out. Okay, so all the minerals have been moved. So they should be all here, and the defense turret should then be able to build a bit faster. Trash is... yeah, it's still stacked up inside here, so hopefully they're gonna be able to clean it up soon. Most of the minerals have been allocated over here. I still want to upgrade this defense turret. It would be most unfortunate if we would get a visit from an enemy in this region. But so far, since they have been coming from the other side over here across this lake of sorts, I don't really think that's going to be the case. Hopefully, fingers crossed, everything is still possible. But taking a look also over here then would be important. But right now, my eyes are set on the mineral node, honestly. Nothing is more important than to get in a steady flow of minerals. If we can establish that to start working for me, I am golden. We should be able to move on, we should be able to do things, we should enjoy this awesome soundtrack which is kicking in. I think this is my favorite track from the 5 which they have right now. I think. Who knows? Problem is, if I try to upgrade this sucker, it's gonna burn through our entire energy grid. So we would be in a deficit. So I need 200 minerals in order to build another freaking power plant. Here's where I think scraping down the command center here would be beneficial. They're just gonna have to take all this trash away from here, put it over here, so that this is mostly storing the trash and the isotopes. At least all 26 of them have something to do. I have not seen a shipment of 5 civilians or citizens come in, so that's gonna be annoying to deal with. And without the additional power plant, things are gonna be kind of wonky. So I want them to take apart all of this. I'm not gonna be expanding this command center. It's pointless for these couple of buildings when we know that if we relocate in here, we get the mineral node. It's just gonna be a better solution to the overall situation. So let's start dismantling this. I don't care that we are losing the edge of the map as long as we keep this command center with these 2 fuel tanks and we are in here producing this crazy quantity of fuel for the power plants. I'm all happy. So I'm gonna probably shut up again for a while, and we'll talk once they were able to relocate the command center from point A to point B.
Day 3.
Okay, so what has happened since we talked last? So I have been able to put down an energy plant. They were able to build the command center. So right now, what I'm doing is surveying these buildings. And because we have been able to build the additional power plant, I'm now able to have another, another higher tier turret. So if the ships are gonna decide to come in, which they will most likely do in a short amount of time, I should be able to defend at least this. I have built another set of pylons in order to transfer energy over here, because this grid and this location is where we produce majority of our power. So that's kind of crucial for us to keep it going. And I'm still thinking that we're gonna require over like 17 tiles of minerals times 20 in order to just get our hands on this mine. I'm not really sure if by upgrading the command center, the outreach would be sufficient enough for me to gain full control of this location. So it's kind of tricky due to this tight squeeze over here, which we have to put up with. Can we upgrade you even more? We don't have the isotopes. How is that even possible? Suddenly we do not have enough isotopes. Fun stuff. Even if we were to salvage these buildings, we would not have enough. Do have the influence to claim these. What tier 2 will have to do for now. Just glad that we have at least 3 of them up and running. And hopefully we do have the funds to burrow. We do have the funds to do whatever else is necessary. So let's see if we can survive another attack from the rebel fleet. And if we get this mineral node then up and running, we should be okay. We do have the funds in order to get a command center up in here. Problem is, well, if I were to... It looks like it would gain control over this whole damn thing. Question is, if we were to upgrade this, if that would claim the mineral node for us. We can give it a shot. We do have the isotopes for it. It's definitely cheaper to do that in comparison to having to build another command center. So let's try it. Let's give it a shot. Let's see if it's gonna reach and control the mineral node. Even the threat level is jumping up and down, so I'm not really sure what to think right now. We don't have the isotopes to put up with some upgrades, but we do have those minerals, and well, it's gonna consume over 200 minerals just to get here. But all things considered, just for the mine, we are gonna require 200 mines. So I would, or mines, minerals. So I would rather use those 200, which we have to build the damn mine, and then adjacent to it, if possible, storage depot with some scrounged up minerals. And then we can theoretically start looking here, start refining resources, try to take a look at building our own spaceport, things of that nature. Cannot prioritize this building because it's already up and running. I'm gonna definitely hold on to building this next thing after the attack, because this is really important place to keep alive, and this is important because there is the HQ and the ships kept coming from these locations. Do we have the control? Doesn't look like we do. And if I were to upgrade it even further, well, the fun thing is that this way we actually came across these resources. So theoretically there might be the isotopes and such, which we do need.
wonderful day to put down one of the council's pawns, wouldn't you say?
Okay, so the ship is coming from here and here. They're coming in from two directions. Just hope they... Let's do the burrow. The ship is flying over here. Where is he flying? What is he doing? I'm gonna put down repair. So it looks like they're both attacking this one turret. This is problem, because after this ship is destroyed with these two turrets, this turret, which is under most fire, will be continued to be attacked by this ship. We should be able to survive this. 3 minerals, you gotta be kidding me. Let's claim all of this stuff if we can. Come on, we do have the money to repair this, right? Do not have that. Okay. Let's see if we can keep on repairing this. So this is why you need more turrets overall. Buildings are now retracting from underground. Really don't know if this upgrade would do the thing which we needed to do. I think it would be able to claim it.
You've won for now, but I will be back with a vengeance, and I will remember this day.
Sure, whatever floats your boat. We were able to survive. We were able to control some of these additional buildings which do hold some resources. If we were to upgrade this thing, we should get to even potentially these isotope deposits and claim, however, this mine. This mine is the key. Do have minerals, however, to put down a command center. I would rather... Because if we build the mine here and we start mining minerals, then we can build a mine here and start mining isotopes. Screw it, let's go for it. Do we have the funds to repair these things? Let's get the money in for those repairs, and let's leave these turrets for now so that the 3 additional people can work and be useful of sorts. A bit more than they were until this point. It looks like now we have some sort of snow situation going on. And now it's raining already. Almost feels like weather at home. You never know what's gonna happen, right? At least lately, it's been weird. But anyhow, I'm gonna shut up now until we are done with the mine and we can see what can be done afterwards.
Day 4.
So, weird thing is going on. They were able to jumpstart the production, and it looked like they were able to clear out the first 20 pieces of minerals, and I was barely able to get this road built, and I'm trying to build a storage center over here so that they don't have to carry it from God knows how far, and we actually can accumulate the minerals faster so that this road can be then finished. I still need like 4 additional tiles no matter how I look at it. So that's 80 minerals alone just for the road. And it looks like after they extract certain quantity of minerals, they just stop. And you can even select if you want just employees or just trucks to pick up everything. But this is gonna be a really weird thing to keep processing it like this. I want to upgrade this at least once more, and I'm not really sure, like this looks like there's only a certain quantity of minerals available. So I don't know if it's worthwhile for me to even consider building another mine next to the mineral node. It's just gonna raise a whole bunch of questions for me. I thought it's gonna be like an infinite mineral deposit, or at least there's gonna be a huge quantity of this stuff, so that we can start refining, we can start considering building a ship, or hell, an entire fleet. But like this, it's not gonna work out. So right now they are at least taking everything. But I have to go all the way over here, so I'm really hoping that those trucks are going to be able to be carrying the minerals from over here into at least over here. And I was thinking about a defense turret here and if necessary over here, but right now I do want to keep these two over here. And the most annoying thing which I have noticed is that it keeps showing me that we have citizens with job 16, and we have 40 citizens. Which makes zero sense, because if we go over here, we see that the first floor, the bottom floor, the second floor, and even this floor is being utilized. But that makes me wonder what the hell is happening with all these stations over here. Like, why the hell is nobody working here? Why is that? And we have also trash all up in this place. And like, what the hell are you doing? So if they're going to be able to carry this mineral deposit from here to here, it's going to be fine. But the question is, seriously, if I'm going to be forced to like build a mine over here and over here in order to extract the most resources out of this deposit, and it still looks like I'm going to be forced, therefore, to actually go ahead and try to build a command center in here and keep scraping these buildings for resources, which is just horrible. Just horrible. This also would mean that this isotope deposit has only certain quantity which we can mine out of it, which is not really that great. And considering the fact that we have 26 employees and they're jumping all over the place and carrying this stuff manually, that's just annoying, because the trucks can carry 10 units at the piece, at least, in comparison to the 1 unit which the citizens can build. I have tried to make sure that the road can be, for example, constructed before the mine would be up and running, but the issue was, of course, that we did not have sufficient quantity of minerals to do something of such, how should I say it, proportion. And that has basically made it impossible for me to do this. So now the mine is just doing this manually. At least extracting these 3 isotope deposits which were located over there, so that we can expand the storage capacities in here. And hopefully once the trucks are connected, we need like a couple of more minerals in order to finish up the road. Hopefully then we're going to be able to do something with the trucks. So this is the last piece of road which we do need. The road Kent Borough. Money wise, we are like all over the place. I don't understand why the citizens are only telling me that only like a couple of them are able to get a job, when we have all these jobs provided for them. It makes it really impossible for me to judge accurately what the hell is going on. And now that we take a look at it, it shows us that there's 87% quantity or quality of the deposit. And so that's what's making me wonder if I would build like another mine next to this one, if that would change, like if it would give us more stuff to work with. This needs to be done in order for these trucks to start moving in these resources away. So once this is done, this is all connected. So now the question is if the trucks are going to do their part and if they're going to start moving these resources. I do already see them moving around, so that should start help us supply this storage. And I would actually prefer it if you would not be able to store these minerals up in here, but if they would be forced to be allocated here or here. And hopefully that's gonna allow us to extract 200 pieces of minerals so that we can build a command center up in here. I'm really really right now considering getting the office space. That would burn through majority of our energy, but hopefully it would allow us to get more money coming in, because wherever I move or whatever I try to do, we seem to keep getting stuck at these dead ends due to one reason or another reason, and so that needs to change. Or if we can build a mine for the isotopes or something, but then again we would need a road of at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 180 minerals just to build the road towards a mine, which would cost me 200 alone. We also need to build a defense turret over here in order to protect our mining interest, or we are really screwed. So that raises all these questions. Also, the question is if the minerals can be actually transported here, or if I'm going to be forced to dismantle this transport hub, locate it over here. Oh, fudge. That requires seriously 200 pieces of minerals. If I would be forced to build it over here. So if we would have those minerals... If I would be able to build it over here and then build the road over here. So this way, this whole road or highway is actually connected. And we can build the transport hub up in here, but the problem is, of course, we got no trucks. I should have those minerals in there. I'm so confused right now with what's happening. Where are those minerals which I used? Well, why are you telling me that suddenly they were refined or some BS like this? Don't do that. Come on. Play nice. So now it looks like I shot myself in my own foot, because now we are 200 minerals shy of just about anything, and this is just simply gonna keep on going down. We don't have enough isotopes in order to upgrade this even further to potentially expand this. The storage capacity would go up to 30. The energy required would go up only a couple of points. It looks like another rebel camp is located over here, so we really need to put a turret over here in order to protect ourselves. As if I were to expand in this general direction, that's where another camp is located. And if you saw one of the previous episodes, you know how long it took me to just clear out a camp and do just about anything with that freaking building, or their building, in order to disassemble them and try to turn them into anything usable whatsoever. So that was a nightmare on its own. So now they have to keep on manually transferring all these resources. So what I'm gonna actually do is allow the storage of these minerals up in here so that they don't have to go all the way over there like a bunch of dummies. And we have these resources faster. And we can start looking over here. The question is if we want to go with a defense turret, which is gonna drain half of our energy, or if we want to go with the command center, which is gonna allow us to tap into more raw resources, which we will need, because right now our logistics is totally effed up. I don't understand what the hell happened here. Why is this the situation? I also do not get. Also, I want to see if they're gonna be able to swim here, or how the hell do they plan on getting over here in order to salvage these 50 minerals. But we are able to start accumulating minerals rather fast thanks to the close-up storage. At least I hope that that's what they are doing, or what the hell they are doing. I do not know. Right now I'm tiny bit confused, and I do want to see... Okay, so he's traveling across an unowned land in order to get to these minerals. Oh, everything makes sense. Everything makes sense, right? Wrong. If we would get those trucks, that would be awesome. Build them over here. Man, that's gonna consume the minerals which we need in order to build the freaking command center. But if this is gonna actually get depleted, then I do not know. I do not know if another mine would make any sense over here. But having the hub is something which I would really love to do. Because if they have to, the 26 employees carry this around like a bunch of dum-dums, that's not good. That is not good. We need to build the turret over here somewhere. So the question is, if I build it over here and then block off the road from another potential mine, if this one would be depleted and I would be just able to allocate it here or here. There are so many questions with this. I do not know. So I'm gonna jump into the future again with the video. That this is gonna be highly cut up, because there's like half an hour in between each segment, because the tempo, and we are playing this at the fastest pace, is just literally killing me at this point. So I really want to make sure that we get this done and we are able to move forward, because this way I cannot even consider mining this, because I don't know if I get those resources out of the scraped mine, since I did not get them out of the transit hub. So I'm really confused why I wasn't able to get those 200 minerals, but instead I got minerals of tier 3 or something weird like that. Still 200. Hold on, we can actually build this? Why do I have so many? I'm so confused. So like this, I'm gonna be able to build it up in here, because we have those refined ones. Well, clearly I got no idea, but anyhow, we're gonna build this, and then we're gonna have to build the HQ over here in order to start scraping this, the artifacts and all this jazz, and all those buildings, in order to tap into more resources, because I will want a office for the people, but that's gonna burn through so much power. And it's gonna require 300 minerals. So I'll talk to you in a couple of moments.
3 weeks later.
Okay, so the command center over here has been built. It looks like there is another rebel camp. This place is highly populated with the artifact anomalies, and I even see these minerals. But my attention is right now on these buildings, because some of them do have that high concentration of mineral deposits. So that is what we actually need in order to help ourselves out. I cannot believe that even despite us owning a freaking mine for minerals, I'm still short on everything. It just makes everything that much more infuriating. And we are at 63%, so I really don't know if this mine is going to be eventually depleted. But we really need to keep on expanding and keep on scraping these buildings for resources, which is just mental. Like, if I get a building where I get 52 minerals and 11 waste, I'm ecstatic. Don't get me wrong. But in order to be constantly forced to keep doing this, and I know now that there is a rebel camp in this location, and rebel camp in this location, and I even see the freaking ship over here, I do not know where to build the goddamn turret. Like, I know that I will be forced to protect this location until the mine is up and running. We still have 60-something% in order to be extracted, right? The trucks are weirdly operating, like they're not flowing constantly. I have moved most of the resources from this depot into this storage facility, so that the trucks or the employees are actually able to carry this stuff closer, and they don't have to haul it all over the goddamn world. But it's not there yet. It's taking forever. This thing has just waste inside of it, so that's gonna be ignored. And the question is if even further expansion would help me out. I don't think I would be able to tap into these surface deposits of ore, and I really don't understand why is it that always we need to get up and close and personal next to a freaking rebel camp in order to find more mineral deposits like these. And so far, I'm not refining just about anything. So I'm gonna have to literally look over the older footage in order to actually like see what the hell have they changed, because if I recall it correctly, it used to be much more fluid. I was able to constantly keep on building. I had crap ton of residentials, I had crap ton of the office buildings. I still do not have a single office building, which I would love to get, so I can get work to these dumbasses, because it keeps showing me that only there are still 16 people out of 40 that have jobs. So our profits are almost equal to the expenditure for 26 employees, which makes me kind of nervous, because that means that we are barely scraping by. Our profit margin not that great, so I definitely need to change that. Don't have the influence in order to do the credits. We can theoretically spend right now credits in order to gain influence, in order to get ourselves on some of these buildings which have those stupid quantities of minerals, which are going to be forced to be turned into God knows what. I really want to freaking do the office building. It would burn through, however, more energy than we are currently producing, so I need to do this. I need to upgrade the power plant up in here. So hopefully they're going to be able to do it fast, or we are royally screwed. This thing has all sorts of cool stuff. It requires lots of influence. And due to all this stuff, I don't even think I'm going to be able to build this damn monument thingy. It would be awesome though. I really would be looking forward to being able to accumulate influence twice as fast. But it would burn through so much of our energy, I'm not really sure how beneficial it can be. So it's a big if. Because the influence is nice. It can be exchanged for stuff. But at the end of the day, I will be still forced to keep moving across the surface. And here's the kicker. I don't even know where I would build the HQ in order to gain access to most of these buildings. And then I would be definitely forced to build the turret over here somewhere in order to deal with this ship. And we still have to do with the fact that there is the rebel camp over there, and there is a ship too. We are burning through most of our energy, so please start working, because the battery has been officially depleted. So now we should be able to get back up and running. I don't have the isotopes in order to upgrade. This building will be left as is. So I don't know. Like, here is the ship number 1. Here is a ship number 2. We can almost see it. It's flying around here. It's just right now it's annoyingly well hidden. Population jobs plus 32. That would be awesome. We don't have the credits though. And we're gonna also have to keep in mind the 300 minerals. Do we want to go for twice as much influence, or do we want to have minerals? And why is it that these things are actually being occupied? When I looked, even up until the 3rd floor, it was done so. But it's like still showing me that we don't have people with jobs or something. That makes me wonder if this is worth the potential gamble. If I build this, then I want to build it somewhere close to the residential, so that I can still then build another tile for extra residential, potentially, and then extra tile for even more population or something, if it would work the way I want it to. I think I'm gonna go for it. because we don't have the isotopes now. So I don't know. This is like a constant back and forth, back and forth. There are still isotopes over here. If we gather up the influence faster, that would be just great. It also burns through a whole lot of energy. 24. I don't know if this needs to be protected from the space shuttles or the spaceships which might attack us too. So I definitely know that since there is a rebel camp over here, I will have to deal with that. And since there's a rebel camp over here, I will have to deal with that. Problem is, the ships were coming from this location, but also I think from this location. So, where to build this freaking turret, right? I'm gonna hold on to the isotopes and build the damn monument so that we are building the influence faster, twice as fast. That way we can then, if we claim some of this location, tap into more resources. I don't know if the mine is still working as intended. We are looking at 55% now out of 100. And that's from this location, so I don't know if moving it over here and then building a road here would get us back to 100, or if this is just gonna get completely depleted. So many questions. So many questions. 35, 36. Are we gonna get this built? 24 points of power is gonna be burned on just that alone. Don't have enough isotopes in order to upgrade these turrets to the turret tier, so we're screwed either way. Ha ha ha. Come on, you gotta give me one more isotope somewhere. They literally need to scrape these buildings. They don't even have that many of them. That's the issue which I'm currently running into, and these old buildings which I left behind have some isotopes, but I am out of the influence area and I do not intend on building another command center over there since we already withdrew from that region. So I would have to build a pylon somewhere around here in order to have a turret built around here so that it can deal with the damn threat of the enemy ship. Are you able to build this? 4, 9, 2. This is a big no-no. We spent credits in order to gain influence faster. I'm always stuck on something. Either we do not have enough influence, either we don't have enough minerals, either we don't have enough money. There's always something screwing us over. We are gonna be soon down to 50. And they have to carry this from here over here. This is actually now full of minerals. So I might have to even upgrade this thing. Okay, are we able to build it? Let's get it done. Let's see what this damage is gonna be like. And I do wonder, since it's adjacent to the road, if the trucks would be so kind as to carry these resources for me. Are they able to carry it because the construction is right over here? Yes, they are. Awesome. So they're gonna at least deplete primarily the 300 something minerals which are stacked up in here. Take a look at it, how fast it's going down. So this is one of the first benefits I have seen of me actually building the road. So this might get it built much faster. In the meantime, we're gonna try to tap into these last two buildings. So hopefully with the faster influence, I might be then able to even build a command center up in here to see what can be claimed from that region. Because I don't really know if I want to be poking a hornet's nest. Because if I try to expand too close to the rebel camp, what it did one time was that it immediately triggered an attack from like 30% up to 100 from 1 second to another. This is gonna be at least done throughout this episode, so that's fun. Yay. Problem is all this UI. If I would be able to somehow turn it all down in order to get a nice snapshot for like a thumbnail or something, I would be ecstatic. So this is gonna double our influence, hopefully, or I'm gonna get super pissy. Super pissy. Is it doing what it's supposed to do? Oh my god, we need to actually have an employee in this. I don't see it doubling the influence rate. It seems to be going up faster. We are also able to store up to 250 influence points. Yes, it's doubled. Okay, so it's working. So that's awesome. We have burned through our entire isotope supply in process of doing so. And so I don't know if the mine over here would help me out. Well, probably it would. But we would need to... Okay, so if we would go with the mine, I would deplete all of my minerals currently accumulated. Right? We'll be able to gain access to isotopes. Probably it would be smarter for me to actually just go ahead, build a command center up in here, and have an energy pylon. Try to see... Damn it! I would have to build it like this and then have it upgraded, which would cost me even more isotopes. Because if I build it like this, I'm not going to be able to do jack squat. So let's do it like this, and hopefully it's going to work out. Hopefully I will still have sufficient quantity of isotopes in order to pull this thing off. If not, I'm afraid we don't have isotopes in order to upgrade even this building, which will be a problem. Hold on, there are some isotopes still in here, but we need like 80 influence points in order to scrape it, because it's the obsidian building. That should be doable anyhow. So if I will be able to build this sucker, we should be able to scrape all of this, and hopefully we're gonna get the 400 minerals. We're gonna need turrets. This is nice that it's like twice in the speed, and we have such a great increase in the capacity, so that theoretically by the time this HQ or the temporary command center is done, we're going to be able to store just a huge quantity of influence and then just scrape all these buildings. Question is, how many isotopes will I require in order to upgrade this shindig? But we can actually take a look. Upgrade 9. Holy fudge, we're gonna be able to upgrade this. So we're gonna deplete almost our entire isotope deposit, but we're gonna gain access to this one. If necessary, I can then try to upgrade this in order to tap into this one. Mine, I'm not really sure if we're gonna be able to execute a mine for isotopes. And then again, I would require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 tiles, so that's 180 minerals in order to build a road towards the isotope mine, so that we can have these trucks transport all these resources across to these storage units. You see, there's a ship. I think there are more ships, or these are clouds. I'm not really sure right now, but I'm not that ecstatic. Because if we build this and the ship decides to move in and just destroy the command center, those are 200 minerals which I'm not getting back. And then I'm royally screwed. So let's now salvage this sucker. Come on, you can build it. So hopefully we would get enough resources out of here in order to build at least the mine. I'm gonna see how it's gonna turn out with the minerals and all that jazz. Because we would need to just keep on building roads all over the damn place. Money-wise, it can just keep on buying it for the influence, because now we are just simply generating it faster. But building more employees would be just bad, because we would be constantly in the deficit and we would not be able to keep up our cost of labor, and that would be just bad news. If things are gonna be too bad, we can of course scrape these two buildings, but we're still gonna have to move into this direction and move into the other direction. Oh boy, what did I get myself into here, huh? Seriously nervous about expanding in this general direction, because this is much closer to the enemy camp or to the rebel camp, and when we can see the ship flying over, it doesn't take too much of a brainiac to determine that, yeah, it's just gonna attack this damn thing once we start scraping this whole region for the resources. These two buildings over here are just so annoying. Like, they're just cutting into our territory, because our command centers aren't able to get over there and do their damn job. And we're gonna of course need either a fuel turbine or another than power plant. We cannot upgrade them beyond the 3rd tier. Awesome. Is this obsidian building being scraped down? It's finally being done. We are up to 52. Oh, fudgesicle. So this is big one. Are we able to go in? No, that's out of our reach. But we can claim these isotopes. So that's what I want to do. And we can put down all the survey for our employees. It would be awesome if we can do this, like just drag the mouse and mark them all at the same time. Like double click and it would highlight the ones which are within our territory. Because if I would expand the command center, I'm quite sure we are tapping into the enemy rebel camp, which would definitely trigger attack. 13, yes. 13, this wood sensor stores 6,000 points of fuel. 32, yes. I'm so glad that this all costs like 10 units just to scrape or claim. That's just awesome. Because that way we can do so many more of these, but also they do not contain so many resources. What are these? Ah, they finally scraped the obsidian structure, huh? What's the mine? 44%. It's bad. We're gonna definitely need a turret up in here. And we're gonna definitely need isotopes in order to get our hands on production mine. If I build it like here, we are gonna have it in the power grid. I just don't think there's that many minerals for us to go over. You know, like if you give me 2 minerals, 16 minerals, etc. If I upgrade this command center, it's gonna extend, so we're gonna be able to envelop even more buildings, even these obsidian ruins. But these are lower tier buildings because they are closer to our HQ or our initial startup point. So you're not gonna find like 50 minerals probably in one building over here. But there are 32 in this one. So who knows? So do we want to do... Mine is gonna burn through 8 points of power. If we do power, if we build... Turbine needs 200 minerals. Energy plant needs 200 minerals. What's the gas? 94, 97, 95, 94. One more turbine over here would be just ecstatic. 97, 98.58. And this is in our vicinity, but we would need to build a pylon over there so that the turbine can work. So that will greatly increase our fuel production, but then we would again need something to turn that fuel into energy. Look at this, 3 and 5 for 10 points of influence. That's not that great. 14, 5. Yeah, we can do that. This has at least the artifact. We do have 32 of them, however. I can give away a couple of these. Can claim the structure. At least the ships are not responding to the employees scraping these buildings, which would be most unfortunate. If the ships would just start coming in and shooting all of our employees, and we would have to use additional artifacts in order to train more employees out of the 40 people which are currently working for us. How can someone be idle when we are trying to scrape down all these buildings? You're literally trying to tell me at this point you have nothing to do. And the issue is also that if we build the mine here, it's gonna leave us with 170. Well, 180 would be what we need in order to build the road, which would work out. But we would be sacrificing our minerals in order to get isotopes, which we're doing anyhow. So, I don't know. I just think that the episode, maybe with all these cut-ups, it's still gonna be long enough. So I'm gonna cut it off somewhere around here. So if you did like it, big thumbs up. If you want to see more, well, consider subscribing or check out the previous content. I'm gonna leave the playlist in the video's description and at the end of the video so that you can enjoy it in case you have missed it, because busy schedule, not having the bell notification and all sorts of other stuff. I'm gonna wish you a pleasant rest of the day, and hopefully I will see you all at the next one. As if there's gonna be next one, because if they're gonna start attacking me at this point, then I'm gonna be royally screwed. Which would be most unfortunate after 4 episodes.